South India's exotic charms continue to enamor and engulf the senses. It is the side of India you've never seen. Join Asian Air Safari as we embark on the second part of this adventure, tasting new flavors and making wild discoveries in search for India's last Bengal tigers. I have made many discoveries that have changed my typical impressions of India. The South and its many exotic offerings have only made me more curious. I traveled inland to Chieregatti to meet with Alex Abraham, my son's friend and co-pilot, whose family hails from the area.
My dad, pleased to meet you. Hi, pleased to meet you. This is my mom. Yes. And this is my sister, Maria. Hi, Maria. And that's my first cousin. Hi, Sebastian. Yeah. You look like your dad. Thank you, sir. Welcome to our house.
I was happy to meet the whole family and share typical home-cooked Kerala meals.
Prawns, okay. This is a type of beans, local beans, and this is mango. We call kumana.
Salt mangoes.
Chieregatti boasts of the highest percentage of annual rainfall in India. Vast plantations line the roadsides. Rubber is particularly popular, and Alex takes me to their plantation to teach me more about process of rubber tapping.
So Joseph, these rubber plants, these rubber trees, what is their lifespan?
After we plant a young sapling, it takes 7 years to
Start producing.
So 30 to 35 years, the normal life. After that, we cut off the tree, replant again.
A special tapping knife is used to shear a thin layer of the bark, taking care not to cut too deep, as this would injure the tree.
See, through that cut mark.
Yes, it's flowing.
Yeah, flowing.
And that's why you have a small...
Yes. So it will drop it into that cup.
Right.
And after about 3 hours, it is collected.
Rubber tapping is best done at night or early morning before the temperature rises, so the latex can drip longer before it hardens and seals the cut.
And this is processed...
This latex, that is processed in different forms. That is, one is sheet rubber and block rubber, then concentrated latex.
And you bring it to another place for the process?
Yeah, for the processing factory.
Kerala's climate is ideal for the cultivation of this important plant. Chieregatti is also called the door of high range, as it is in the entrance to Kerala's hill country. From there, we traveled further up as Alex takes me to their place in Chieregatti, high up in the mountains. Chieregatti is at the border of Kerala and the next southern India state, Tamil Nadu. The area is known for its dense forest mixed with savanna grasslands. Alex took me to a morning hike around their place. The area just behind their house is actually already a part of the Periyar National Park, a protected area known to be one of the habitats of the endangered Bengal tiger.
So Alex, you were saying that the bisons and the tigers are just behind this electric fence.
Yes, that's why we have electrified it so that it doesn't come and destroy our crops. And we used to have bisons here, And so what tigers used to follow and hunt them.
Being the bad influence that he is, Alex lets me through the fence to explore and see what we will find. So we've managed to get in through the electric fence, and we'll just go for a hike here. Let's hope we don't meet any of these tigers and these elephants.
Actually, you can see footprints.
Even Maria, Alex's younger sister, joined us.
It's nice to walk around, in the jungle. When you know the tiger will pounce on you anytime, and the snake will jump from us from the tree. Do you see any snakes? Butterflies. I think the tiger can eat you because you're so small. Me, I'm so fat, the tiger cannot swallow me. So you see anything wild? There's a wild cameraman.
From the treetops, we saw some colorful wild birds, including this red-eyed predator, a black-shouldered kite. He is looking down to see if there are any small animals he could prey on. We also saw some peacocks walking around. Some were on top of the trees.
Yeah, see there. There's a footprint right there.
What kind of a footprint would that be?
This
Looks like a hoof of something.
Yeah, it can be a boar or a... But it's not a bison. Bisons are big.
And soon enough, we find a wild boar just walking past. Looking up, we spotted the giant Malabar squirrel with its distinct three-color scheme, a species unique to the area. We also saw some deer in the bushes. Well, that's a very large gathering of deer, resting very peacefully. That only means there are no tigers nearby. No imminent danger then. It was a nice, enjoyable hike in the cool weather of Chieregatti. But I still hope I can come face to face with one of the top predators in India's jungles. Up next, I follow the scent of spices as I continue to search high and low for the elusive Bengal tiger. Kerala has always been known as the land of spices. As early as 3000 BC, it has been a major grower and exporter of spices to the rest of the world. The air was filled with the strong aromatic fragrance of cardamom, the third most expensive spice in the world, next to vanilla and saffron. These ladies are cleaning them before processing, removing dust and dirt using a winnowing basket. Back at the estate, Alex's dad took me for a ride to show me where they planted cardamom.
These are the flowers which bears the fruit. From this whole plant we get nearly 1.5, 2 kilos of
2 kilos for this. Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah. And this plant keeps on growing. It puts on new shoots, keeps on growing.
It looks like
for
a
years.
grass family, but it's not.
It's
ginger.
from the ginger family.
Cardamom is a common ingredient in Indian cooking. While in Chieregatti, I visit one of CGH Earth's sprawling properties, aptly called Spice Village. Its restaurant, called 50 Mile Diet, is so named because all its ingredients are sourced within a 50-mile radius of the hotel property. Spices, of course, are the centerpiece of Southern Indian cooking, and Chef Jerry Matthew prepares a quail dish using local ingredients.
Once the oil is heated up, we're going to add the mustard seeds. Once the mustard seeds gets crackled, we can add the cinnamon sticks, cardamoms, and the cloves. To that we are going to add the ginger. Then the green chilies, curry leaves, and the shallots. You can add 2-3 red chilies also, the red chilies. Indian cooking there are so many ingredients, mainly playing with the spices. Now to this we are going to add this quail pieces. This we need to keep it covered for a few minutes to get it cooked fast. Okay, to this we are going to add some turmeric powder, chili powder, and some coriander powder, and also some coconut milk. If you look into the Kerala cooking, you can see the abundant use of coconut milk everywhere in Kerala cooking.
I was amazed at the variety and number of ingredients involved in Indian cooking and the expert combination of flavors that make up each dish. As I walked around the property, I chanced upon this cozy spot, a hut turned into the hotel bar, the home of Mr. A.W. Woods, the first ranger of Periyar National Park, which reminded me that we were still actually surrounded by the jungles of Periyar. A river of the same name runs through the jungle.
We are at the Periyar Game Reserve, and they say the best way to see the animals is by taking this boat ride inside the jungle.
The boat ride felt like an exotic expedition, one that takes you to a lost world. The water flows to a basin here in Chieregatti, which is an important water source for animals in the area. It was a good way to spot some wildlife without having to hike through the thick jungle. There were plenty of deer, as well as the ancient bison or gaur. I was hoping a thirsty tiger would show up in its packs. But I guess not today. My unlucky streak only fueled my obsession. I had to find these elusive tigers, even if it meant traveling to the next state across southern India. After the break, I take one of India's iconic train journeys in my final attempt to come face to face with the Royal Bengal tiger. I made my way to the state of Tamil Nadu for the next leg of my journey. India is known for its vast railway network and for having one of the oldest in the world. One of its iconic train journeys begins here in Mettupalayam.
In 1908, the British built the steam railway system running through the mountains of South India. Today, it is considered a World Heritage Site.
Before boarding, I had to make sure I was ready for the journey.
I think I better check out the toilet. Is it okay for me to check the toilet? Thank you. Whew, that was a tough one.
The journey will take 5 hours to the hill station of Ooty, my next stop.
Well, I've always wanted to get a ride in an Indian train, and here I am, making my dream into reality.
I settled into my seat as tickets were checked. Finally, we chugged along the antique rails. The train weaves through forests and valleys, bends and winding tunnels, which the kids found especially entertaining. The ride was slow but scenic, with several water stops along the way.
Everyone gets a chance to go down and stretch their legs, enjoy the view while they're putting water into the steam. And this fellow's fixing it, so I wonder if he'll be okay for the next leg of the journey. Where are you from?
From Madras.
From Madras, Chennai, yes. The whole family is going, huh?
Back on board, I was very happy to meet other passengers who were very friendly and enjoying the ride just as much as I was. The railway is actually the steepest in Asia, taking passengers from an elevation of 1,000 feet to 7,000. Before long, we see some magnificent mountain views, which slowly give way to lush tea plantations. It was an amazing sight, and this train journey is definitely one for the books. I briefly enjoyed the cool weather of Ooty, in contrast to the tropical climate of the rest of southern India. From here, I have to continue traveling by road to the next state of Karnataka, where I hope my search will finally bear fruit. Traffic jams are of course expected, and apparently, counterflowing is allowed too. All part of driving through India's countryside. Finally, I made it to my destination. Situated in the Nagarholi National Park is the Orange County Kabini Resort, a luxurious collection of lodges that reflect the spirit of the land. It was a welcome retreat in the midst of the nature reserve. Of course, it was also the perfect base for some wildlife sightings. Together with Alex, I set off on a bumpy ride across the nature reserve to see what we'd find. We haven't gone far when a bunch of gray langurs made their presence felt.
So they put their tail up when they're walking. I wonder why.
They are considered sacred, being closely associated with the Hindu monkey god Hanuman, a hero in the epic Ramayana. Colorful Indian rollers and kingfishers flitted past.
There's a crested serpent eagle.
It's a reptile eater, hunting over forest for snakes and lizards. Meanwhile, here's another guy looking for a snake.
There's a mongoose, but no snake to fight with.
As we drove further, we arrived at the clearing.
There's a baby elephant there, Alex. Youngest of the group.
Asian elephants have the habit of loosening the soil with their feet so they can easily feed on short grasses.
There's a bunch of boars there, taking a drink.
Boars are the tallest species of wild cattle. They are now endangered, so their numbers are protected here in the national park. But what we're really here for is to catch a sight of the elusive Bengal tiger.
I think Alex kept all the tigers in his house. He just didn't want me to see it. What do you think, Alex?
No, sir. They're hiding somewhere. They're just shy of your camera. They're camera shy.
We have to keep our eyes peeled, also observing the behavior of other animals in the area.
Wait.
Our truck stops as we see a herd of elephants in defense formation. Is there a predator nearby?
Anytime they do these things, there's always a sense of threat. And even the elephants are looking around.
There might be something that's nearby.
Suddenly, herds of deer flee the area.
Looked like they were being chased by someone, but I don't see anyone.
We wanted to wait and see what comes out of the thick bushes, but the sun was about to set and we had to leave the jungle before it got dark. We just have to try our luck tomorrow.
Well, we failed miserably yesterday, Alex, so hopefully today is a new day. Weather is good, the sun is out. I hope we'll get lucky today.
I hope so too, sir.
The forest awakens, and its inhabitants reveal themselves. We catch a short glimpse of a sloth bear, endemic to India. Then, we hear some loud cawing. Crows.
When we see a lot of crows in the area, that means there's a carcass there and that there's a predator somewhere in the area as well.
It's too bad our predator seems smart enough not to show himself, so we move on. Then something literally stops us in our tracks. Tiger paw. I hope he hasn't gone too far.
This one.
Something's moving behind the bushes. It's an elephant. If they're so big, yet so quiet and difficult to see, how much more difficult is it to spot a smaller, sneakier tiger? We continue to drive across the jungle, making use of our tracking skills. We stop by a drinking hole. More paw marks here. A group of deer gathers by the watering hole. This guy seems a little uptight. His tail goes up to signal distress. He stands in attention. A few minutes later, the group flees. Finally, we see why. He walks by, sizing us up. This guy seems to have been on a fight and decides to stretch down and rest. Finally. They are magnificent creatures, and it was such a privilege to be able to see them up close. Admiring its quiet strength that has inspired tales and legends. 3,890 tigers are alive today, a number that has gone up in recent years. We hope that this trend continues. Before long, he was on the move again and disappears behind tall grasses, once again invisible. As my journey winded down, I found myself back to the noise of civilization in the bustling streets of Bangalore, one of southern India's bigger cities. Here, I met up with a good friend and fellow pilot, Ivan Chieregatti, who is a chef by profession, now based in India. We thought of meeting up at the Aircraft Museum of Hindustan Aeronautics, India's state-owned aerospace company.
Buongiorno in Bangalore. Nice to see you here in Bangalore, huh?
Well, I'm so happy to be here and looking forward to visit this amazing flying machine.
I know, it's both our interest. So shall you lead the way?
Please.
I was happy to discover India's aviation heritage with Ivan, who enjoys flying gliders back in Italy.
So I didn't realize they had such a big aviation industry here in India as well, huh?
It's amazing.
This trainer is an HPT-32 D-Pack, designed by HAL.
Ivan, this is almost like the Italian-made Chieregatti, huh?
Yes,
even the
absolutely.
engine, 6-cylinder, 260 horsepower.
This is a nice machine, acrobatic.
Even the style, huh? Just a little bit bigger here. It's got fixed gear though. But everything else, huh? The canopy looks exactly what
It's the same.
Interesting, huh?
Very much.
More aircraft were displayed in the museum's main hall.
So this one is like the Brazilian, Ipanema.
Yeah, for pesticide and fertilizer use. Nice. I think this is a nice machine to fly.
It was a nice afternoon walking around with Ivan, who has not forgotten his passion for flying, even while practicing a different profession.
Everybody wants to fly. Whatever race, whatever religion, whatever nationality, huh?
Everybody goes back to fly.
I tell him of my journey through South India's backwaters and wild grassland. one that he could hardly believe. Exploring South India is a journey that mystifies, yet brings you back to what is essential: nature, spirituality, health, laughter, and life. It is a place that truly awakens the senses.
This has been your captain, Joy Roa. See you in the next Asian Air Safari.